Hello, class. Hello, class. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. We start right off with a spitball right to my brand new Joker jacket. Thank you, Aurora. Hello, No Girl. Hello, Pirate. It is good to see you all. Welcome, welcome. Please take your seats. I accept that. The microphone had become unplugged. So that's me. I'll take the L. Sorry, class. But we're good to go now. Hello, hello. It's Saturday. We made it. We made it all the way through the school week. Duck and cover. Hello, Ivy. It is good to see you too. And thank you for the contribution to our hopefully upcoming hypnotherapy stream, Aurora. Thank you. Thank you. We made it to Saturday. The week is over. We're spending the weekend together. I will take all of the spitballs. I'm just glad it is Saturday. A nice long week of work and chores. But how was your week? How have things gone for you since the last time we saw each other? Ivy has a hot pocket and is ready for stream. Fantastic. Ambrosia, one might say. Aurora, I did see that you now own a PS5 and that you're excitedly playing Forza. Wonderful, wonderful. How about the rest of you? How have you been doing? It has been almost a week since the last time we saw each other. Oh, Gran Turismo. Sorry, Aurora. I saw you playing Forza before that. And Ivy, yes, you had a fun time at the charcuterie place at the fun LGBT event. Absolutely fantastic. It's good to get out and spend time with people. Noel Girl, said it's been a long week. Taking the day off on Monday. That's good. To help with a friend with a medical appointment. That's very nice of you. I hope everything goes well with your friend. My thoughts and wishes for you and your friend. Yes, yes. And it is November now. The last time we saw each other was in October. Halloween night. We worked our way almost to the end of Night in the Woods. A perfect Halloween game, if you don't mind a little melancholy. And I don't think we mind it here. I am still working on finding a way to get an app that will show us what song I have currently playing in the background. I'm still awaiting any icons you would like me to put on our little desktop here, our Windows 95 and 98 themed desktop. You can send them to me on the Twitter, in the Discord channel, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, all of the places that I am. And hopefully soon I will be multi-streaming. Now that Twitch has made it clear that they actually will allow that, I will be springing for the a premium Streamlabs experience so that I can multi-stream to here and to YouTube and to Trovo, I believe is the other one. So that people can watch at whatever streaming platform they enjoy the most. I'm sure that will take a little bit of extra technical planning and preparation by me, but that's okay. And Ivy, they apparently have hot cocoa flavored Oreos. Well, I'm surprised you didn't buy them. That sounds delicious. That sounds awesome. I was just about to talk about candy since it is the post-Halloween week where all of the candy goes on sale. All of the discount candy at your local Dollar General, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, wherever you like to shop for cheap candy. Because my first question for you, our little attendance check-in icebreaker question, is what is your favorite fruit? Your favorite fruit to eat on its own, and your favorite fruit to eat in recipes, desserts, meals. They might be two different things. What do you think? I think my favorite fruit on its own is a plum, a black plum. And probably my favorite in a recipe is cranberries. Cranberries in muffins. I think that's my favorite too. But how about you? What do you enjoy? As I continue to get things set up in the background for tonight's gaming experience. No girl, you like Gala apples? It's a good apple type. There are so many different types to choose from. Honeycrisp are really good. Pink Lady are really good. Gala are really good. And raisins. Raisins are really good too, as you say, in recipes. Pear on its own for Ivy. I do love pears on their own. You have to get them at just the right time, though. And in recipes, cherries for you. Yes, yes. Yes, Honeycrisp are good too, No Girl. And they are expensive, though. That is the worst part, unfortunately. The really good, flavorful apple types are typically expensive. It's tough to spring for that extra cost. I am not aware, actually, No Girl, why some apples are more expensive than others. I was just sort of assuming that it was some are better tasting, so they can charge more for them, or there aren't grown as much, or like you said, they have different shelf lives. Ivy, you will never forgive Red Delicious for not being delicious. That's true. Aren't they more of a cooking apple? They're also typically very inexpensive. That's a good point, Cyrus. Different difficulties in cultivation, certainly. No Girl. It's based on percentage of the apples that are suitable for selling at stores on shelves, as opposed to being unattractive and bruised and so on. Yeah. And some are, for different things like apple juice and applesauce. Yep, that makes perfect sense. It does tie back to last week when we talked about, we had a question about, what was it, a Roman goddess? And the name was like Palm something, and Palm was for apples. Yes, yes. Honeycrisp apples in overall are more likely to be damaged in shipping or picking. So not as many make it to the shelves. See. That's a shame. They're so good. I bring up fruit this time because today is National Candy Day. A perfect day for it, like I said, in the week after Halloween. Fruit is nature's candy. That is very true. And I was just about to say, before getting hit in the head with a mystery apple, a nice little connection there since we were talking about apples, because I was just looking into the history of candy, actually. and how the first candy was actually fruit that had been preserved in honey to make it last longer. And that was the first candy in ancient times. The history of candy. They would boil sugar from sugar cane. Once they were able to do that, cover their fruit in the sugary concoction or honey to preserve it long term. It was used in rituals. And I was just looking up the sort of old traditional candies of different places. Like konpaito in Japan. But the one I wanted to bring up, because of our Finnish friend, Hard on Eggs, was these. Panteri. These look interesting. Because I know that there's those black licorice ones that are popular in Finland, and to most people they seem to taste really disgusting. It's strange how different candies taste really good to some people and then are completely anathema to others. But I know we have some people here from England, possibly from Australia. What are the popular candies where you are? See, these look really good. But I'm not sure. They do look like little gumdrops. Finnish black licorice. Yeah, here it is. Salmiakki. Those do not look quite so good. I'm not a fan of just how they look. Certainly a far cry from fruit dipped in honey. I'll add a white rabbit toffee things. Can you be more specific? White rabbit toffee things. Just going to type in white rabbit toffee things. Oh, there we are. Literal meaning. Literal meaning, big white rabbit milk candy. Interesting. An iconic cultural brand in production since 1943. A brand of milk candy. I see someone mentioned Mackinac Island fudge. I was going to bring up that in many cases, I prefer my sweets to be non-candy related. Pastries, fudge, little cakes, cookies. Mainly because they're not quite so empty calories, whereas most candy is just sugar. It's just boiled sugar in some form or another. But you might get some actual nutrition out of a cookie that has, flour and maybe eggs and milk. But every now and then, I've just got to have some candy. And I think strawberry candy. There we are. The strawberry bonbons. These bad boys. What do you all know about these? Mousy Prince, hello, hello. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. Yes, these are incredible. These are the old If your grandparents had better taste than Werther's Originals, they would have these in a bowl. Delicious strawberry on the outside, hard candy with a little bit of more of a chewy filling. Absolutely delicious. And yes, very nostalgic. Straubs. And there was one other. A chocolate, even though chocolate isn't really my favorite type of candy. What are they? They're sort of little chocolate coin type things, but somewhat Hershey Kiss shaped with kind of white little dots, little balls on them. And I can't quite, the name is right on the tip of my tongue. Chocolate with white dots. Apparently other people were also looking for it because it is one of the top results. No, there we are. Nonpareil. Non-parade? Raining on my non-parade. Cyrus says coffee crisp. Ooh, I do like coffee flavored candy and ice cream especially. Espresso ice cream for me is pretty good. Dark chocolate nonpareils. There we go. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I do not speak French. I am not le Québécois. These are so good. Ferrero Rocher for Ivy. Yes, those are actually really good, and they're not as expensive as people think. They're not the sort of ultra fancy thing that people might imagine because of the fancier wrapping. And there was one other candy I wanted to mention. Oh, of course, chocolate covered cherries. Someone mentioned chocolate. I could eat an entire box of these. The Queen Anne milk chocolate cordials. I could definitely go through these boxes like paper. Yes. No hazelnuts for you, Mousy. Yeah, they don't agree with everyone. I'm not a big fan of Nutella for that reason. It doesn't quite work for me. Although I do eat quite a lot of peanut butter, honestly. I have a peanut butter and banana sandwich every morning for breakfast. That is my breakfast of champions. And I see I forgot to put the music on in the background for this scene, but that's resolved now. Oh, instead of the hot cocoa Oreos, you got the hazelnut cream Oreos. Wow. I guess I need to go to the store and see all these great new flavors they've got. Oh yes, Mousy Prince. I tend to see these whenever I go into the local dollar store or pound store, wherever it is that you are. And all 10 of them that are in this box, yeah, those will not last more than 2 days for sure. You might have me muted, Sand Panda. Oh no. Was it something I said? But yes, for our learning portion of the day, I wanted to mention that our fun fact of the day is that your ears never stop hearing. They never turn off. They are always working, even when you are asleep, even when you are not listening to anything. So it's important to take care of your audial health, or however you would want to say that. I wanted to mention that because you're probably wearing earphones. Make sure that they're not too loud. It is a cumulative effect on your hearing, and I wouldn't want you to have any troubles with it later on in life. I am going to do a little bit of health and wellness work in terms of making little infographics and having lesson plans for us in the coming month. Starting December, I want you all to be healthy and happy. So I'm going to do a few more things like that, but with some real fun educational segments about that kind of thing. Your sleep health, breathing exercises, how to prevent the common cold and flu, how to recover from those things, the best practices, how to deal with the overstimulation in the modern world of media, constantly in your face. Especially because December is coming and winter is a difficult period, very stressful for many. And with the cold weather, in most places, wherever you might be, can be hard on the body and on the mind. But there are many tips and tricks and advice and guidance that you can use. Oh, most of you now have tinnitus. Oh yes. Oh yes. The use of earplugs is something I took to heart a lot during my military training, going to those ranges and doing live fire exercises. At least I did learn to buy good quality earbuds. No, those are for listening to things. Earplugs and earmuffs, the earmuff forms. I will wear both generally. The in-ear and the over-the-ear ear protection when I go recreational target shooting. I get these type for the inner ear. Skull screws. They're quite good. But yes, no girl, it can be hard to find ones that work really well for you. And you do want them to work well for you, because if they're not comfortable, then it's not going to work as well for you. And the cheaper ones, yeah, they're not quite as good at being customizable to your ear shape. And I nearly forgot our opening jokes of the day. My wonderful puns and jokes that are always well received. And the first one is, why do fish live in salt water? Why do fish live in salt water? Because pepper makes them sneeze. That's a good one. I added that to my list right away when I first heard it. And our second opening joke of the evening. Why does a chicken coop have 2 doors? Why does a chicken coop have 2 doors? What do you think? Why does a chicken coop have 2 doors? Because if it had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan. It would be a chicken sedan. It would be a chicken sedan. Is it any wonder that we're still 5 followers away from our 100 follower goal? Oh, I cracked myself up. Oh yeah, there was one other interesting little fact that came up. I don't have anything to follow up with it on, but I learned that the name Wendy was made up for Peter Pan. That's where it comes from. It doesn't have any other origin. It just comes from Peter Pan. That's where it was made up, and that's where it proliferated from. I just thought that was weird. I thought it was a name that people had in old-timey England, Victorian times. But apparently, the guy just invented it. I'm surprised there's not more people named after Lord of the Rings characters. You never hear of a Legolas running around, or an Aragorn, or a Galadriel. Oh, Mousy, you'll keep that in mind the next time you get some nuggies. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Right now, when I use my McDonald's app, because that's the best way to get cheap food, you can get like 40 nuggets for $10 or something like that. Some wild thing. No Girl, you knew someone whose name was Aerith? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I bet Kenny Omega would name his kid like something like that. If you are not familiar, Kenny Omega, one of the best wrestlers in the world. He is a huge Final Fantasy and general video game fan. He named his finishing move the One-Winged Angel after Sephiroth. His theme song talks about the One-Winged Angel. He's such a nerd, but I love him. No Girl, yeah, that's true. LCR is older. You might think with the resurgence of popularity that it might come back, and modern day nerds might do that. Although a lot of people are just doing the Harry Potter type stuff now instead. I think you'd be better off reading something like the Dark is Rising trilogy if you haven't. If you haven't heard of those, one of my absolute favorite young adult sort of fantasy fiction. The Dark is Rising by Susan Cooper. Sort of a take on Arthurian legend. I highly recommend this. The Dark is Rising, wonderful book series. Well, our conversation to start off has been certainly wildly variant between the different topics. Fruit and candy and McDonald's and ear health and fantasy fiction. You've been reading a urban fantasy book, October Day. October Days? October Day? Urban fantasy. Interesting. Well, we are thoroughly through our introductory period. It's time to join May Borowski once again. May and Greg and Angus and Beatrice have survived the attempts on their lives by the strange cultists in the bottom of the mine. And it's time to experience the aftermath. Ouch! I didn't do anything wrong that time, unless that is a late one for... Oh, hello! Thank you for the gold stars. Thank you for the gifted sub, Sad Panda, to Freshy Flow. Fantastic. Another added to the honor roll. We have another honor roll student. Thank you very much, Sad Panda. I appreciate it so much. And another 2,000 to the hypnotherapy stream. We are at halfway there. I think I underestimated the fact that there's a 2,000 gold star limit per stream. So I think we'll want to get to maybe 75% of that, and then we'll do it. And I very much appreciate the love that you are showing. I am very humbled and surprised that we have been able to, as a class, as a little learning community here, been able to create this little growing classroom for ourselves. And it is for all of us. Please, by all means, always tell me your suggestions, your criticisms, your critiques, anything that you would like us to do, change, improve, games you would like us to play together, activities we can do outside of these games. And definitely send me some icons for our little background. Our 90s, early 2000s aesthetic that we are working with here. So aesthetic. Not quite vaporwave, but in the vein. Ah, Sad Panda, I love being here too. I love having our nice, relaxing streams. No wild gesticulations and outbursts and forced reactions. Maybe we'll watch some reactions, though, after this to some ancient candy making techniques. There's some videos that look really interesting that we'll watch. But I am dragging it out too long. It is time to get into Possum Springs once again. Let me turn off the background music. There we go. Good morning, May Borowski. Wakey, wakey. Still wearing the same clothes that they have been wearing this whole time. Should we warm up with a song? I think we should. Remember, no Pumpkinhead guy. We play Weird Autumn a lot. We play Space Dragon a lot. So what do you think? Die Anywhere Else, Cycles, or TikTok? Not TikTok, the social media platform for short form videos. We have votes for Cycles and for TikTok. I don't really remember Cycles. Maybe we should play that. Maybe we'll play Cycles and we'll play TikTok next time. Oh, Cycles solo. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Do, do, do. We got this. Perfect. There's no audio. Let me pause this then. There's no audio? Exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping me keep the streams from getting too scuffed. Start over. A little fresh start here. Here we go. Should be able to hear it now. Cycles, solo. One, do, do, do. This is certainly easier than my attempts lately to learn piano. I'm just playing my first tunes with both hands. Very difficult, for me at least. Do, 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 do. Certainly a slow progression. Very comfy indeed. That's not fair. Oh, I pressed... I'm sorry. I got confused. My fingers got confused. I got confused again. There we go. My fingers misplaced the O and X. I'll just call it perfect. We don't make mistakes, just happy accidents. Indeed, it is called personalizing the song. The mistakes just make it more real. That's right, Bay. Not bad considering we don't know how to play this song. We certainly don't. It would be cool to have that poster in the background. I wonder if you can buy that somewhere. I would buy that. I would put that up in my little office here. In fact, I will play the last recording I did of my little tune I played this morning on the piano. Well, on my extremely cheap keyboard that I got off Amazon used. Yeah, that's it. I've got about 20 seconds in me. That's the most that I can do and keep my composure. Get it, composure, because it's music related, composing. Sorry. Let's see what our friends have to say. It's so sad now that we know that Casey was kidnapped and killed by the cultists. Born to lose, country trash proud, drummer. Skate and destroy, skate to create, bound for glory. Rest in peace, Casey. Yes. Yes, Greg, our wonderful bear friend. It is good to be alive this morning. That's all. Or Angus, sorry. My brain is hort. Greg. Hey, man. Nice messages last night. I mean, like, really? You massive dork, LOL. Have you ever said LOL in real life? I've heard people do that. Usually it's on accident and a reflex, and they immediately cringe and recoil in horror at the fact that they've done that. LOL. Rafflecopter. Band practice today. Oh yeah, we'll get to play some more bass. Heck yeah. I feel like we need to do something normal. You're absolutely right, Greg. We should be doing a little bit more normalcy in our lives. At the Snalcon, as usual. The Snack-on. Gregory. And what do you have to say, Beatrice? Hey, May. You okay this morning? I'm not opening the pickaxe today. Greg informs me we're doing band practice, though. I'll see you there. Yes, you will. No, girl, so if you'd been in control of Greg instead of B when talking about the skating video game with Germ, one of the dialogue options was either skate and destroy or skate and create. Boy, those were the days when that was the modus operandi of various media and games and music, replacing words with letters, or letters with replacing letters with numbers, and replacing S's with Z's, and putting X's in everything. Certainly in my old AOL usernames with like an X at the beginning and an X at the end, because all of the good usernames were taken, which Discord has now forced us back into replicating. I have not yet forgiven Discord for that. No, your usernames were always unique enough. You are a very unique person. I'm not surprised. Absolutely, Aurora. The Discord is open for all. The link is in the About section for the Twitch. It should also be in the link tree. I'll be revamping those a little bit once I get the Model 2.0 done. Epilogue. Stars. I'm going to miss this game. Hello, picture. God. It's us. It's just us. Home and us. Wow. I don't know what this feeling is, but I'm not going to cry today. It's okay if you do. Hey, Granddad's clock. Hey, Granddad. Probably nothing down here again, but always worth a check. Hello, bird. We're gonna eat you for Thanksgiving, bird. I don't think you're actually gonna do that, May. You shouldn't, at least. Not a very big meal. I should, reread some of these. I mean, I got time. And the cozy months are coming. Shapes from Beyond the Veil of Space. I think that's meant to be like a reference to The Color Out of Space. Oh yeah, let's go with that one. Let's see what the back of the book says. Released in 1937. Shapes from Beyond the Veil of Space is a towering achievement and marks the start of the weird Gothic genre, an influence on much of the 20th and 21st century horror, science fiction, and pulp literature. Shapes is sure to make you question just how far away the night sky is from you at this moment. Cool. I agree, May. I should do a dramatic reading of like a short story, a Lovecraft short story, or something that some of you have requested, perhaps. Maybe we'll put up a poll for something that we would like to have me read. The Color of Space, you say, was actually 1927. Yes, May's mother, we would like to talk. Hey, sweetie. Hey, Mom. How are you feeling? Hop up on the counter and talk. Good enough to jump up here? Mom May, exactly, Ivy. Yes, yes. Can you do me a favor and stay home tonight? Sure, Mom. Not even going to question it. I think that that's what May would want to do. You're an adult, and you can do whatever you want, but you do live here, and you are still my baby. Kitten, if you will. Aw, Mom. The way May's little legs bounce around there. We need to come up with some ground rules. Just because, honey, you could have died the other night. That's true. And it is also true, Nogoro, that, as you say, it is in the public domain. Perfect. I'm so sorry, Mom. Sweetie, what's going on with you? I don't think May really even knows. I don't even know if I can tell you. Why? I'll understand, I promise. I don't even know how to talk about it yet, I don't think. What happened at school, hon? I don't care what it is, just please, tell me. Are you working today? No, me and your father are both off today. I'll be around tonight. Can we talk about it then? Sure. We can make breakfast for dinner like we used to. A family of culture, I see. Breakfast for dinner. Certainly a favorite of mine. Along with, of course, Midwestern family taco night. If you know, you know. Dad can flip the pancakes in the air. Pancake. Are you going out today? Yeah. Can you please stay in town close? Of course, Mom. We're just going to go have band practice. Calling for some snow, too. And the fall did pass quickly, as it tends to do, certainly in my area of the Midwest. Are you still reading the same book? Oh no, this is a different one. This one's about people who died in the mine around here. How coincidental, May's mom. It's funny you should say that. It's got some old songs. Want to hear one? I think we absolutely do, class. We want to hear. Far away. Never mind. Let me start over. I read it wrong already. Me. Far from here, the ocean's roarin'. Far away across the din, I hear the Lord a-call their children, bringing in. I'll see you walking through the barley. We'll find each other, friend and kin. I hear the Lord a-call their children, bring 'em in. Tarry with me for a moment. Talk the places we have been. The Lord will call us both to heaven. Bring 'em in. That is nice. There's a hymn like that in BioShock 3. The one with Elizabeth? Yes, BioShock 3. Will the circle be unbroken? I think that's a song that I could actually sing in my limited vocal range. Maybe I'll sing that one at some point. Oh, we can still talk to her? Great. Oh, she's humming. Oh, it's Dad. Hey, Dad. No work today? I told Bob to shove it. Really? No, I didn't think he was serious. Not gonna sugarcoat it. I hate my job. Well, we've been there. I've mined, I've made glass, I've done a heap of other stuff. But this place, they just don't respect you for working. Job's supposed to pay you enough to live. Job's supposed to let you provide for your family. Job's supposed to have regular hours. Boss is supposed to respect you. Worker's supposed to be able to talk. Worker's supposed to be able to have a life. Worker's supposed to be able to live. Your mom always had to work, but I wanted to give you and her your time. I wanted her to have her hobbies, and enough time and money to do them. That's what made me happy. Now I just work so I can keep our health insurance, and hold on to the house. Try to, at least. Certainly is an accurate commentary, isn't it, class? Is there anything I can do? I mean, we do need a union. Hell yeah, you need a union. Union strong. It's just easier to say it than get it done. Ain't that the truth? Unions were always there in the mines and the factory. At least for a while. But here, I got something for you, May says. Got it out of the basement. How'd you get in the basement? Well, you just try and make a prison that can hold May. The door in the crawl space. So what I got is a tooth. A tooth? A what? Do you know what this tooth is? Oh, yeah, that's right. The tooth we found from the old Union folks back in the mining days. I'd almost forgotten. No. Really? You sure? Yeah. Granddad must have had it from the old days. May, thank you. Wow, looks bright and new. Like they just pulled it out of his skull yesterday. Ha ha ha. You show that to your boss and tell him to eat crap. Do it. May. Sorry. I'll just keep it with me. You come down and pick it with us if we walk out. I will breathe fire, Dad. Ah, we love May. Love you, kitten. Be back later, Dad. You know we will. What are you doing out here, by the way? Getting an early start on our longest night lights plan. Gotta dig 'em out of the closet. And all tangled up they shall be. As I learned in math class, because there's a almost certain probability that any amount of rope or string or something that you roll up or curl up or wrap up, there will be a tangle, there will be a knot. It's almost certain. Another spitball right on top of me. Well, you're certainly making up for it with the gold stars and the apple. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll see if you can help put them up, May. You're a small fry. Oh, we can keep talking to them. Wonderful. All right, we can go this way now. And we're more or less safe since all of the the cult weirdos are all dead. The snow falls. Beautiful sunrise. Wonder if we'll ever be a big booming town again. Those guys last night were like deluded. But it'd be really nice if there was a god, I might ask. But I think they'd have to fight the other gods that bled this place nearly to death. I'm like proud of us all. And there is a certain pride in our Rust Belt, Appalachia and Midwest small town lives, yes. For having good-ass lives in a stupid, good-ass town. Here's to you, Possum Springs. Here's to you. Here's to survival. Not a whole lot has changed since the days of old little towns and villages just subsisting. I think I'll touch on it at the end, but highlights that the most important thing in life is your relationships with others. Thank you, Ivy. Thank you for the gold stars. Whoa, what happened to me there? Ah, Mr. Chezikov, you know we have to go and see the morning stars with him again. Our first order of business, in fact. Well, we didn't quite make it. Good thing May is so good on her feet and agile and graceful. Certainly not like me. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Hello, Mr. Chezikov. Hey, May. Hey, Mr. Chezikov. Got any more dusk stars we can look at? One more. And there it is. Found it. Let us consult the guide. Erskine, the fire maker. The fire maker? A wanderer in the cold and dark, making a fire and huddling up to it for light and warmth. Sounds festive. Sounds like survival. This star makes me want to cry. Crying? On my roof? Do you wish to talk about it? No, it's fine. Is it a happy cry or a sad cry? I don't know. I don't have great words for it. It is okay. Sometimes too many words. Yeah. Thank you for this. Thank you for joining me. I think we have discovered them all. Well, we didn't really discover them, right? I mean, someone else already saw them and named them, wrote a whole bunch of stuff about them, and we just, found what they made for us. Is that not a discovery? Not really. Maybe not in the historical sense. We did not create the stars, or name them, but we had these autumn afternoons, and found them together. Isn't that something? Something, something, something. My granddad said something like that once. Something about a story having really happened because hearing it happened to you. That is nice. It's not bad. And there we have all of the stars that we discovered with Mr. Chezikov. I think that's really true. When you hear a story, when you absorb it, it becomes real for you. It matters again all over, because it reached another listener, reader, viewer. It becomes a part of the tapestry of your life. Remember that saying, that phrase. I'll come back to it at the end. Supermoon is coming. What is that? A giant moon. That's no moon. That's a space station. I won't do that. Ooh, that does sound super. You must come meet me when it happens. It will be late at night. There will be others on their roofs. You come. I will make the hot chocolate. What a time. That sounds great. I want to see a supermoon. Plan on it. See you later, Mr. Chazikov. See you soon, Stargazer. Erskine, the firemaker. Sounds festive, but also sounds like survival. The two are not mutually exclusive, class. Sometimes surviving together is enough. Is Selmers there? Is Selmers down there? Can we hear another Selmers poem? You know it. Hello, Selmers. Hello. Hey, May. Sup, Selmers? You okay? After the whole, head injury thing? Yeah, I'm alright. Headache is all. I got some migraine meds if you need it. Nah, it's not a migraine. And those things make me have to pee. It's the caffeine. Yes, it is. It is actually the caffeine, class. Your body gets some caffeine in it. Metabolism speeds up. No girl. One thing to go on the theme. The last time we talked with Mr. Chazikov, it was about Adina Astra. And Mr. Chazikov asked, disappeared or died? And then we learned what happened to Casey, who went underground. Ah. Deep lore. Many layers to it all. I wonder if there are connections with the other stars that we've seen. I'm certain that they must have appeared in a specific order, as the authors intended. Interesting. You have never ever seen someone say that they think Adina died. I used to work at the pharmacy. Oh, right. Well, if I ever have a headache, or need to pee, I'll come by. Anytime, neighbor. Oh, I wanted to hear another Selmers poem. Well, let's talk to these losers. The amount of rock salt isn't the problem. We don't have enough darn trucks for this thing. Cars slip-sliding all up and down this gosh darn hill, Colleen. Half tempted to just close the road when it hits. Oh yeah, good. Let's just give up. It's not giving up, Colleen. I'm sick of you undermining me. Small-town politics. It's a bad idea. That's not undermining. It's undermining. It's undermining, it's overmining, it's underwearing. I'm on Colleen's side on this one. Well, that's just great. That's just peachy pie, ain't it? Okay, fine. We'll just close all the roads. Well, you know, close all the roads. And the streets. If you two agree so much, why don't you just get married? I'd rather die. I'd rather break my own femurs with a cinder block. Oh, these small-town bureaucrats. They say that absolute power corrupts absolutely, but I think the pettiest power certainly makes people... Well, it brings out the worst in people. Hello, Cranky Crow on your deck. Snow coming. Gonna be bad this year. I certainly hope not. I don't know how much more this town can take. Oh, right. I should start doing my own laundry. May, I don't think you're responsible enough for that. Oh, yes, we should go and visit Pastor Kate. Well, we know what happened to Casey Hartley, unfortunately. And I think we sadly know what happened with Bruce. The body count in this game is surprisingly high, unfortunately. He'll look a lot friendlier when he's covered in snow. Oh, they already tore down his little tent. Oh, there's Pastor Kate. Hey. Well, hey there, May. What are you doing? Oh, just cleaning up. How did the council vote go? We lost. I lost. It was just me pushing for it, really. We've got all this empty space. Could use it for so many things. But you tried. All we can do. And God will show up when the time is right. Bruce was my friend. Mine too. Bruce was my friend too. You need some help cleaning this place up? That'd be nice, May. There's a rake back in the shed behind the church. Oh, I can't do it now, but run along, May. I've been thinking about that topic too. Empty space in public spaces. Churches and schools especially. Big schools are empty most of the time, outside of school hours. There's so much that space could be used for community purposes. Community barbecues, food pantries. They have so much empty space in classrooms. Usually they have big kitchens and cafeterias where food could be given out. I think about that a lot sometimes. We paid for those things. I can't say I'm much of a very religious person, but I have my beliefs, and sometimes when I'm asked to go to a church, I ask the first question is, what kind of things do you do? And they usually just say, yeah, they have Sunday and Wednesday services, but I ask, no, do you have a homeless outreach ministry? Do you run a soup kitchen here? Do you have a food pantry here? Do you have a Spanish language service? Most of the time, unfortunately, I get blank stares. And I don't really think that's the purpose. Ah, but it's Lori. Lori Mouse. A top 3 character in this game, I think. Hey! You okay? Hey. I heard you were like in the hospital or something. Yeah, haha. What for? Fell into a ravine while running through the woods at night. Why? Chased by a death cult of conservative uncles? All right, you don't have to tell me. So you're really okay? Yeah, just been a weird few days. It's been a weird autumn, you might say. Okay, I got worried. Oh, I'm super tough. Nothing's gonna get me anytime soon. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I wonder if they'll ever figure out who messed up the dudes. The dudes? The mural in the tunnel. Oh, I did that. Hell yeah, Lori. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, Lori. What? Why? I don't know. There's not a reason? Why do you care so much? It's the dudes. You don't mess with the dudes like that. They're like a part of this place. This entire place is royally messed up. And nobody cares. I wanted someone to notice things aren't okay. This town is like a horror movie that never stops. And it's not even a good one. Yeah, it might suck, but it's our horror movie. What kind of movie would you want it to be? I don't know. Romantic comedy? Well, that would be nicer. Everyone lives in clean, shiny places there. And they're all pretty in those Hallmark Christmas movies of big city person moves to the small town and they meet a small town person that changes their perspective. No, girl, I love that. She straight out says what happened, and the horror movie junkie is like, haha, funny. No, really, what happened? Exactly. You would think the one person who might believe me. They're always pretty hateable. It's okay to hate them. They're not real people. Yeah, fictional people don't mind. I meant the actors. Me too. You know, does your family do stuff for the holidays? My dad's usually away on Thanksgiving, but he's home for longest night. You should come do Thanksgiving at my house. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on. We have 4 chairs and there's only 3 of us. That other chair usually just has junk on it. Oh, no, 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 no. I can't. Why not? Huff, huff. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yes, she absolutely wants me to like her so much. Hey, okay. We can talk about it later. Huff, huff, huff. Thank you. She's sort of having a bit of a panic attack there. You okay? Anything I can do? No, it's cool. I just need to sit here and be quiet for a while. Okay, I'll leave you alone then. See you tomorrow, probably. May? Yeah? Thanks for hanging out with me. No prob, kid. Try not to, burn something down in the meantime. Ha 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 ha. Lori secretly was planning to burn something. Keep messing that up. There we are. On top of the world. Where May belongs. Oh, there was a interaction there. Ah, yes, there are the snowflakes drifting down. Won't be able to climb this soon. Once it gets icy. Enjoy it while the weather lasts, May. I think this is my favorite little tune in the whole game. What's gonna happen to all this? I guess it's just gonna sit here till someone gets around to throwing it out. I should, steal the good stuff. See what Mom and Dad think. I'm sure they'll love it. Redecorate the living room. I think you should do it, May. Oh man, it's locked again. This blows. Ugh. I'm personally offended by whoever lives here. Whatever, whoever, whatever. Hello, duck. Ah, it's the Cranky Bird Man. Yep. For now, at least. You know, I never got your name. I'm the janitor. Hello, the janitor. I clean up, do fix-its, whatever needs done. Oh, okay. So what's it been like being home again? Things like you remember them? Kinda. I don't know. I don't even remember today. Oh boy, do I feel that. Sounds like you've been through something. How did you know? Call it experience. I swear some mornings I feel every bit as old as these trees. You know, something big did happen, and I feel like I should have woken up today and, have learned something. But I don't know if I learned anything, really. Well, in my experience, the big things don't teach you anything. But they make you something, and sometimes you gotta wait a while and see what comes of it. Huh. Well, done an honest day's work. Quitting time. Smelters game tonight. Go Smelters! See you around. Not if I see you first, May. Haha. Wheeze. Ah. Oh. Wait. How do you know my name? Janitor. Mr. Janitor, Lord Janitor, Bob Janitor. I could get a job as a janitor and really enjoy it. I don't think you would enjoy any jobs, May. I think you should just be a wandering trash cat. Guess you can't argue with a computer. What a shame. Oh, yes, we need to go into the sewer. Well, not the sewer. The tunnel. Ah, yes. The fishing poetry man is here. When winter come and water freeze, here the fish can be at ease. The tunnel is not flooded ruin. It's a home, a place for doing. Sure, that works. Please go away. But your poetry is pretty good. You should be proud of that. Remember, class, if you ever want, we can write poetry together. It's the old lady who knew Granddad. Oh, hey, Miss Rosa. Oh, hello, May. Feeling better? As well as to be expected, I suppose. That's good. Did you want to talk about your grandfather? Yeah. Possum Springs was built on our backs and the backs before us. Time was they didn't pay the people in real money, paid in little tokens and bills stamped with the company name. Good at the company store, for company goods. Back in school they showed us some of those. Weird quarters and stuff. Your grandfather remembered. His daddy experienced it firsthand. Mine boss came into town, driving a big fancy car. Night I met your grandfather. A real bastard, that boss, God forgive him. Your grandfather runs out of the dance. I think he was a bit drunk or just stupid in some brave way. He shouts, "The guts of all bosses!" He all of a sudden has a hunting knife from somewhere, and he slashes the boss's tires. Ha 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 ha, oh wow. Picks up a rock, puts it through the windshield. Then he climbs up. I'm sorry, this part is a bit rude. Holy cow, don't stop. He pees through the windshield hole. This is amazing. Did they catch him? Nah, just me and a few other folks saw it. I trot over to him and we run off down the alley, past the A-OK drugstore. Big field, big parking lot nowadays. Stars fat and bright. I guess we were both pretty drunk. One thing led to another. Oh, okay. Wait, when was this? Very long time ago. Was he... So what happened with the car? Got towed away. Police couldn't get no witnesses. We weren't snitches about that kind of thing. Damn right. So like I said, you got troublemaker blood. Indeed. I don't think your daddy even knows. I bet not. You gonna tell him? No. Secret keeper like me, eh? I just think it'd be a weird conversation. You may find someday it ain't so strange. I wanted to pass this story along to you. It was one night, one thing he did, in a lifetime of nights and things he did. What you want to do with that is part of your story now. I can't talk much more for today. I'd like to know more about him. This was crazy. I'll see you, May. Sooner or later. Okay. Bye, Miss Rosa. Bye for now, May Borowski. What a wonderful story it was. Thank you for telling me, Miss Rosa. And there they are. There they are playing together. We united them. Saxophone and violin. And the rude teens. Hello, rude teens. Hey, you guys. Yeah? Stay safe, alright? Wow, thanks, Mom. Are you our new mom? Apparently. Life, man. It goes. Slowly. Nah, dude. Nah. I wish those two playing the music would shut the F up. Hey! Watch it. Yeah, you watch it, kid. Trust me, you'll know one day. Taco Buck, now hiring. Taco artisans. They're getting a taco place? My town doesn't even have a taco place. We have a McDonald's and that's it. There are no other chain restaurants here at all. I mean, not that I like chain restaurants that much, but we don't even have a taco place. No Taco Bell, no Taco John's. Right in my face. Thank you, Aurora, for the spitball in my face. I did not remember that, no girl. May and Lori were talking about tacos. That's right. Once again, Aurora makes up for it with gold stars. And wouldn't it be nice, Ivy, to just strike up conversations with strangers and see about their lives? If we weren't so alienated from our communities, that might be a possibility. Thank you for the bonk. I need to stop. I need to stop waxing socio-political, I guess. He was hired to be a taco artisan. But I guess that means holding this sign out in the snow. Ivy, pretend you're a video game protag and just talk to everyone for no reason. But you do have a good reason. It's that making and maintaining relationships is the most important thing in the world. Ooh. How are the tacos here? Good. I like tacos. There is not one person on God's earth who doesn't love tacos. Good Midwestern taco night. I really need to do that. Bad news. My ex hates tacos. Well, there's a reason they're your ex. Can't we go into the taco buck and get some tacos? Wow, our very own taco place. This is the best thing that's ever happened to this town since we got internet. We were still using Cyberfish until like 2 years ago, because it's eternally 2 decades behind there. Takes you 3 days to torrent a movie. Takes you like 1 day to load a GIF. And it is GIF, not GIF. It is graphics interchange format. Barbaric times. God. Life moves on, huh? Oh my God, they deliver. I'm gonna eat the crap out of these tacos. It's a Frogman? Hello, Frog. Well, fall sure is ending. Sure looks that way. I've never seen you around before. I spend a lot of time indoors, but it's nice to take a break. And I like the cold. It's brisk today. Brisk. Sometimes I stand in the cold with my arms out and let a gust of wind pass over me. Chills me out a bit. Like this? T-pose. It's cold. Maybe too cold. That's because you're just wearing a shirt. Maybe you should be wearing a jacket. Or at least a flannel. Like this guy. Anthony Frogtano. In his red flannel. Ah ha ha ha! I'm so funny. I'm so good at this. Oh, I'm so good at being a streamer. Anthony Frogtano. Get it? But you're right. He might be a skink or a newt of some kind. But it is interesting that a reptile would be the one who enjoys the cold. I can see why he spends a lot of time indoors, though. The endless cycle of life. A brisk day and hot chocolate. He might be a skinamarinky-dinky-doo. You don't have to apologize, Mr. Skink, Frog, Newt, Lizard. I'm from Canada. I have to apologize. Any Canadians in the class today? You don't have to apologize for it. The blood all ran out of my arms. Numb arms. No. Oh, sometimes May just blurts things out, huh? Happens to me all the time. Let's go visit Angus. Angus McBear. Oh, Angus is not here today. Does everyone have off? I wanted to rent Beaver Priest. There's no one working here at all. You could just take whatever movies you wanted. This is not a good business model. Oh, it's just the guy with his broken neck here. His friend is gone. Who are you? Haven't you seen me around? Nah. Well, I've noticed you. That's not weird or anything. Bit cold for standing outside, isn't it? Someone's got to stand here. Hey, you Smelters fan? Yeah. Oh, really? Haha, yeah. Go Smelters? Go Smelters! Go Smelters! Neat, we made a friend with the Smelters fan. If only he would open up more to his friend. Hello, Cranky Redbird. Hello. What's in the news? Gonna be a cold winter, worst in years. How can they predict that? Future's all guesswork. Indeed it is. Indeed it is, class. You might think it's predestined, but you never know. Gonna head out to the old Piggly Wiggly, I mean Food Donkey. God, I wonder if I'm the only one who remembers the Red Owl. The Red Owl grocery store. That's probably giving away my background a little too much, though. I wonder where Germa is. I mean Germ. Not Germa. Germ. Oh, we can just go into the Food Donkey today? We can go into the abandoned Food Donkey with all the rats? I wonder if our rats are here. My babies! My little rat babies. Well, not so little anymore. But you've made it. You've broken free. It's a miracle. I'm just going to enjoy this moment for a bit. Don't mind me. What a wonderful moment it is. In fact, class, since we are discussing the rat babies, do you think it's time to visit our rat babies? Our little tube rat babies? Our slinky rat babies? I think it might be time to take a little break and go and visit our furry babies. Slinky Slinky, it's fun for a boy and girl. No girl, yes indeed. Hello, Bit Shepherd. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the contribution to our hypnotherapy stream challenge. Yes, yes. Nobody got throttled. In fact, we killed all of the throttlers, I believe. We crushed the head of one of the throttlers with a mine cart, a mine shaft. And then we sealed all of the other throttlers up to die a horrible, choking death. Deep in the mine, where they belong. The end of the throttlers. We're going to celebrate by hanging out with our rat babies. It was very much a comic book death, yes indeed. And exactly what they deserved. So let's bring up the rat baby monitoring system. I think maybe I said Throngle a bit too much, and Aurora found that unappealing. But batten down the hatches. It is time to visit the rat babies. Throngel. Ha ha. Thank you for the text-to-speech redeem. I was hoping that would work. Put it in a little while ago. Wasn't sure if I'd had it all set up correctly. Throngel. Thronglel. Thronglel. Thronglol. Throng LOL. Boggle? Bwahaha. The word of the day in a stream last night for you, Noel Girl, was inveigle? Inveil? Is it inveigle or inveil? Dallas salad? They're creeping around in there somewhere. They're creeping around in there somewheres. And I am going to go down there and give them your treats and give them your pets and affection. Inveigle, using trickery to coerce someone into doing something for you. I see, I see. Inveigling them. Inveigling. Inveigling. All right, class, I am going to go down and give them all of your affection. I will be right back. If the camera switches off, I will turn it right back on. Don't worry. All right, here we go. They were all curled up in that little box with a little blanket in there. They are so easy to please. Just some boxes and old scrap wood I put together, and it's all they need. Mischievous, curious little things. I'm going to put a box of those macaroni that you see people do on little YouTube shorts. I'm gonna have to clean out their litter too. And I should move this camera. There's a lot of empty space here that it's not really recording anything of importance here.
Welcome.
All right, I think they're just going to skitter around for a little while. It's fun when they start scrapping and playing with each other. As May is enjoying her time with her rat babies. Oh yes, here we go. It's a little video on candying in the early 18th century.
So we're trying to achieve two things while we simmer these in the water.
Hold on.
So we're trying to achieve two things while we simmer these in the water.
Oh, you know this channel bit?
Away the bitterness, and we're trying to make them very tender. So you can test these out with your fingernail when they don't have that leather hard peel.
Ah, those are limes.
Peel, texture, and they've softened up. They're ready to go. So these guys are ready to come off the fire, and we will just get those out of the pan. And now that these are nice and tender, ready to go, we can start the candying process. This one's really simple. It's a 50-50 mix between water, and I've got about 8 ounces
water,
of water,
sugar, and fruit.
And sugar.
That's all you need.
Let me get about 8 ounces of sugar. That should be about right. Doesn't have to be totally perfect. Let's get this on this fire and dissolve the sugar. Then we'll put in the peel.
It would be cool to try and
these up in our sugar
make some old recipes.
They become transparent. And then
but even older recipes, like Middle Ages recipes.
Put them on a little bed of sugar and sprinkle sugar over the top. Then they need to dry.
Oh.
So there is our garnish. They look great. They'll make a beautiful garnish, a look on the plate. The question is, what do they taste like? We want these to taste good
we
too.
want to taste them.
So let's find out exactly how our lime peel turned out.
Ooh, that looks delicious.
Wow. They still have, after, you would think, after boiling in water for, a long time to get rid of all
you
that
liked
bitterness.
his 18th century brewery tour. That stuff is cool.
That there wouldn't be no
How important
lime
beer
flavor.
has been to our
These have a wonderful
human development,
little
really.
Lime flavor. I mean, I guess if you kind of connect this in a modern context, sort of like a little gummy bear, but a lime flavor.
A lime-flavored gummy bear.
So next
that would
week,
be amazing.
These are going to go into our main dish that we're going to be preparing, and I can't wait. That sounds like a great episode. I'm not going to tell you about what it is yet, though. I want to thank you guys. These things are always an experiment. I have never made candied peel before.
Candied peel. That's interesting. Yeah, I would like to try and make like ancient recipes, like when they find an ancient recipe for like Sumerian something or other, Babylonian something, just to see how things have changed in human culture and history over the years. But anyways, we are back with May We've spent some time with our fur babies. She is spending time with hers. Just enjoying them skitter around and live their lives. Lovely stuff. A lovely time. Oh, we can go back in. Oh, there we go. Just hanging out. At the food donkey, the Piggly Wiggly. Oh, you like the mundane ones? Ship's biscuits or pemmican? I think those are really cool ideas too. Just the most mundane things that people used to eat, just on daily life, no special occasion. Oh yes, we have to go to this building, right? Oh, it's not open today. Ah yes, the flurries. It's a-comin'. Back at the SnailCon, at the FailCon. Hello, Greg. Well, look who's alive and well. Is that a surprise? Nah. Just seems like relevant. Certainly relevant, since we all barely made it out of there alive. But look who's live and well, too. Yeah. You want to get out of here? You know I do. Do band practice? Yeah, let's do it. Maybe I'll play well this time. God, this door just does not like to open. Bet it's worse in the summer. So did you get all the keys to the back door? Greg got one and we made copies. How do you even get a key? I have no idea. Beatrice, May. He had to spring Angus from work. What does that mean? Zero clue. I'm a little unclear about how both of them still have jobs, since they seem to just up and leave work early a lot. There's a lot about those two I don't understand. I think they just plain need each other. Greg more than Angus, I think. I don't think Angus would agree. Good point, May. Very good point. That's because it wouldn't occur to Angus to think otherwise. Because Angus is an extremely nice person. Greg is a nice person. Oh yeah, he definitely is. But he's also bratty and irresponsible. Oh, he's a bratty and irresponsible type? And has like zero attention span. Greg needs a parent as much as he needs a boyfriend. And he's really lucky Angus is a little bit of both. We could maybe make some jokes here. You know, being sort of a father figure. Never mind. Angus thinks Greg, like, saved him. Listen, I'm not saying he didn't, if he thinks so. Angus might also just be attracted to really sincere guys in leather jackets. Anybody like that in class today? Who carry knives? I mean, if I met the right guy, those would all be pluses. Geez, you really thought this out, Beatrice. Before you came back, they were the only people I hung out with most of the time. I've had a lot of time to study. So, like, how are you? I'm, good. I feel like right now I could convince myself I was fine or completely shattered. I think that's a good point, class. Sometimes it is a matter of how you're looking at things and what your perspective is. Sometimes I can convince myself of just about anything. Just like stuck in neutral. You? Not great. Had a dream the world was ending. Might be. Your life almost ended last night. So, like, I'm a little confused about what even happened last night. Well, apparently there's a death cult of dads. Or the whole cosmic horror thing. Yeah, that's another part that we haven't really touched on. Yeah, there's a death cult of boomers there that think that sacrificing undesirable townsfolk to a great pit in the mines will bring them prosperity. But it also seems that there was some kind of crazy cosmic horror deep in that pit. But I'm just going to say, in my estimation, it's like, especially going back to the, the poisoned water, that there was sort of something in the water, and maybe the mining and whatnot has poisoned the water down there, and maybe there's some kind of crazy gases that are making people go crazy. Actually, I do need to touch on something. I've said that word a couple times now, and a stream ago, or maybe 2 streams ago, someone mentioned that they did find that term to be a little bit offensive. And I just want to touch on the fact that that's a valid perspective, and people who do struggle with mental health sometimes find that term to be unhealthy. And when they brought it up, it wasn't really something taken seriously in the class, and I didn't really catch it until after they had left. And I haven't seen them since, and I just wanted to comment on that, in that we really only get a first chance at a first impression. Thank you, Aurora. I was trying to be serious for a moment. But I am going to try and stop using that term so much, although I just remembered and have done it already a couple times. But we should be sensitive to people's feelings on the topic. No Girl, there's a debate as to whether this game is magical realism or if it is just hallucinations. Yeah, and May does seem to have some delusions, perhaps due to the trauma she's been through. And I don't know how much of the cosmic horror thing is real. Although there might be sort of mass hysteria, or, a gas leak released from the mine or something that made a lot of people have hallucinations or think that this was real. I don't know. I'm not sure what to think. Is the death cult of dads the more relevant part, or is it the cosmic horror thing? Because May has been experiencing this for some time. Maybe only certain people are susceptible, but she was also experiencing it even when she wasn't in town. She was experiencing it when she was in college, the strange dreams and feeling like something was off. Yes, heavy metals. There was a mention of runoff from metals, Noel Girl. That's true. Possum Springs syndrome. Absolutely. Certainly a million times more likely than Havana syndrome. Something that might actually be real. Possum Springs syndrome. May Borowski syndrome. I'm going to go with the death cult of dads, or the cosmic horror thing. I don't know. Darn it. I kind of want the supernatural part to be true, but also grounded. Yeah, her mom did mention that as well, No Girl. May have had developmental issues, or might have just made her more susceptible to the issues in the town. Gosh, there's a lot of layers here. Yeah, I'm sure I missed a bunch, No Girl. It's a game that I would like to play again, but also one that I think I kind of need time and space afterwards through this first playthrough. Maybe I'll play it next year around this time. Could you even see it or feel it, Beatrice? Nope, but between you and the dads, something had to be going on. It's old. It's very old. You can, smell how old. But then the smell might have been Might again be heavy metals and toxic water. A porch light that's on, and there are all these bugs around it. And then the light goes out, and there's a hole where the light was. It's like what happened to me way back, like I was telling you about on the couch last night. Holy crap, that was last night? Seems like 2 lifetimes ago. Oh, I didn't make all the progress with the musician duo? Ah, drat. God, I can't even wrap my head around these past 2 weeks. I think that's pretty understandable, May. There's this kid, Lori. I've been like, maybe trying to be a role model. How old is she? I think like 15 or so. So you're just hanging out with a 15-year-old? Oh, shut up. Anyway, she does this thing where she puts little metal dudes on the train tracks and like squashes them together, and it makes these rad little monsters. Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, it's awesome. It also made me think, like, if they were alive when it happened, ooh, God, that's grim. If they were just destroyed and crushed by this massive, unknowable thing and crammed into being one thing, they're like a new monster. Twice the monster, even. Like me in the Fort Lucine Fish God. I think you actually injured a few of those people. Well, that certainly is a moment in their lives. But look at where we live. Big giant things rolled over this place. And I don't know if it made us all stronger or just made us monsters. I think it did both. Like anything traumatic on that scale does both. But as much as I hate this crap hole sometimes, it's home. Remember when Mrs. Krangler taught us to square dance in Girl Scouts? Ha 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 ha, yeah, geez, she had that stick. Yeah, she'd hit the ground to the beat. Mrs. Krangler was serious about square dancing. She died recently, I guess. Yeah, she was extremely old, though. Square dancing was weird. All of us just like jumbled up, trying to dance, trying not to trip over each other. Mrs. Krangler is dead, but the square dance lives on. I wonder if Lori knows how to square dance. We should teach her. Oh, I'm being drafted into this makeshift sisterhood? Sisterhood of square dancing monsters? We'll rule the floor at the State Farm Show. We'll rule any floor we lay our eyes on. You know, they actually do in my part of the world still teach square dancing in school, in PE. And I recently, well, not too recently, but last year, had to learn how to teach square dancing. Not like very detailed, but I took a class on square dancing. And yes, Bit, I do believe that it is in part due to Henry Ford wanting to create some kind of American culture of dancing. There were a lot of weirdos like that in the past, like the Kellogg brothers. We could talk about them for hours, but I will definitely not be doing that, or I will just ramble and rant on. So, have you had any new rat problems at the shop? Yeah, how did you know? I heard there were some rats in town. Makes me happy for some reason. Well, there's no such thing as a small rat problem. Yeah, it's not a problem at all. They're awesome, right? I mean, you have rat people in this town. You have people who are rats. Hope Springs. Rats multiply. Cute. We literally sell rat poison. They're going down. We'll see. You should not use rat poison, though, because then that poison just ends up in the birds of prey and in the wolves and snakes and stuff. How good is your car? Good how? Like, can it drive real far? I got a fast car. May, do you know anything about... What? We should do like a road trip. To where? Out west. It gets all flat. That it does, May. That it does, May Borowski. We can go where it's really flat. And you can see like the world's largest pierogi. Or a museum of toy rocket ships. Or a factory where they make pretzels. Or a house that looks like a big chicken. Or a man riding a shrimp. Or the world's largest yarn ball. I could... Okay, let's talk about it next year. I'll start planning now. I thought you couldn't leave home because of your... issue. You're home enough. I mean, if we're trapped here together, might as well be trapped out there together. I mean, if we're not dead by then. LOL. She actually did the LOL in person. We were just talking about that earlier in the stream. Bit in the Great Lakes area. You went to see the House on the Rock this year? It was amazing. Absolutely. I am not too far from the House on the Rock. Great Lakes friends. Yes, yes. You have said LOL and BRB, Noel Girl. How was that? How did that go down? Oh, May, you have a way of making Doom sound like a lot of fun. That is actually kind of a gift. Indeed, Ivy. We have a bunch of Great Lakes friends here. And an Englander. And sometimes a Finn. Oh, yes. I suppose it is quite context dependent and crowd dependent. Yep, here comes Greg and Angus. Hello, Angus McBear. Hello, Greg McBear. How did you get Angus out of work? I made up a family emergency. My uncle got run over by a tractor. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I mean, he did in real life too, but that was years ago. May has said haha oh wow a bunch of times. And I know that I've seen that as a meme, and yes, there it is. Ha ha ha, oh wow. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know why, but I've seen it before, and it just made me think of it. Haha, oh wow. Tin! Yes, yes, yes. Apparently that was also Steve Jobs' last words. Oh wow, oh wow. Tintin. Rin Tin Tin. Hey Greg, so I didn't really know Casey. Yeah. I just wanted to say I'm really sorry. Yeah, thanks. Casey was a good one. Casey was good. Should we, like, tell his parents? Tell him what, Beatrice? No? It might be better to let them think that he, hopped on that train going west and is just living life. Like Arden Astra, I'm forgetting the name, where they don't really know. Yeah, let's just let them hope. Tell them what? Oh, yeah. Okay, tell them that they were killed by a cult of boomers. So, what do we do? Well, if you notice anyone missing in town, they're probably the people who died in the cult. Can we think about this tomorrow? Yeah, good point, May. Can we just play a song and get a pizza? I don't think song and pizza is an answer, really. Well, it's certainly not a bad choice. Can we just be normal for like one day? I don't know how today can possibly feel normal. When I was down there last night, I made the decision not to die. Or at least not to die without a fight. And the thing down there told me nothing would save me forever. Wait, it was like talking to you? It's been talking to me for a long time. I just didn't know what it was. But anyway, nothing is going to save us forever. But a lot of things can save us today. That's really pretty, May. I agree. Haha, thanks, I totally made it up. Like right on the spot last night. I said it before, May. You're good with Doom. No, girl, they added an interaction with Aunt Malcop and the town council, who we have seen. We've seen town council. Oh, yeah, people got the idea that they were the cult. Yeah, I can see where they would get that. Oh, yeah, May's monologue in the Cave River. Yeah, it's so true. You know, you just need to fight for today. Doom, 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 doom. Was that a little Invader Zim reference from Greg there? Indeed, you did earn some pizza and song, May Borowski, Beatrice, Greg Angus. A good enough reason to live. Pizza and song. And there it is. What a wonderful experience. What an incredible game. Thank you, Scott Benson. Thank you, Alec Holoka, for beautiful music throughout the game. Charles Hootner. Published by Finji. Thank you, Finji. Cool logo they have. I completely agree, No Girl. I believe it is a pretty important game. I'm certainly going to mention it to friends that I have in the health world, mental health and health and wellness. Some of them have probably already heard of it. It's an excellent example of games as art. And I think the characterizations are as good as any novel I've read. Despite the fact that these are little cutely drawn 2D animals. Certainly feel more of a connection to them than I have in, a book. It is more of a visual novel, but it is a game as art. It's a wonderful expression of emotion and experiences. One that is universal enough that many of us can certainly relate to many of the happenings and topics and the growing up in a town like that. A lot of mixed feelings, melancholy. Hello, little shark. Rip Casey. Weird Autumn Edition. Build 406. What an excellent and amazing game. What are these? Ah. Do 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 do. Ah, germ. May is so little. She's so little. So small. Oh, the click-clack. Ah, the little town. Oh, we've missed a bunch of them. There are a few labor murals in the game, which are references to the amazing WPA murals from the 30s and 40s that you can still find all over the US. Oh God, it's such a tragedy that American labor culture from the 30s and 40s simply did not survive the World War II period. And I did not meet the accordion or the tuba folks, unfortunately. Ah, the dance sequence with Bay. Lori, our favorite little mouse. Witch dagger. You know, those guys. The Thronglers. Oh, we've missed quite a bit. But that does allow us maybe a 1-year anniversary of this game. Of the first time we played it. Let's try Longest Night. Oh, so this is before they put out the game. There are our friends. Why aren't I cold? Fire. We have a fire. Fire, 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 as Beavis and Butthead would say. We have reached that level as a civilization. We have made fire. I'm bored. Feels like we've been here forever. Oh, we should do the Longest Night constellation thing. Wow, really? I haven't done that since I was like 6. No one has done that since they were like 6. Well, I don't remember being 6. I don't either. I don't have a whole lot of memories of that period. Yeah, I don't remember much before like 8.5. That's very specific. Bay is a synthetic life form created at age 8.5. This makes so much sense. Beep boop Bay. 11011. Okay, whatever, I'm done. Can we just do this thing? None of us knows enough about the constellations to even do it, B. Yeah, B. Oh, but your wife doesn't like Castaway, and she doesn't like Tom Hanks. Does she like any Tom Hanks movies? Does she like The Burbs? Have you seen The Burbs? You have some memories of being 6, Noel Girl? I can only say I've seen home videos of myself at that time period. Oh, I have to recommend The Burbs. Tom Hanks and his little family in the movie, they move in next to this really creepy old house in a tiny little cul-de-sac in the suburbs. And the creepy old house with some creepy old people living inside it sets off some hijinks. It's sort of a semi-serious comedy, but has a lot of really funny moments. Angus, now listen up, dummies. We're going to school. Space school. Know your earliest memory is having a board book that came with a plastic train set. You sat on your mom's bed with her, opened the book like it was a real book, and read her a story that you made up. Well, that is a very sweet memory. That is certainly a sweet memory. We're pattern finders. Find some patterns. I bet you could make some sweet EDM tunes with these sound effects. Marmanides, the little king. He was, a king who was little? I don't know anything about this one. Apparently, a little king was big news back then. I don't think he was even supposed to be all that small. Stop the presses! So there's this king, right? But get this, he's slightly smaller than you'd expect. He wears small shoes. Let's immortalize him in the night sky. It does seem like a lot of things are mundane that we remember for some reason of ancient history. I'm kinda short. Yes, you are, May. You're very small. I'm glad you noticed. May Borowski, Constellation. We should name things after newer, cooler things like May Borowski. Everyone who picked the constellations is dead now. Exactly. So we can replace them. We don't need them. Remember, class, tradition is just peer pressure from the dead. Oh yeah, you could make some cool tunes from this. It's a goat. Ibon, the first singer. Ever see the opera based on this? Oh yeah. We watched it when Mrs. Olmers was out sick those 2 weeks. It's like super long. There's an awesome part where Ibon drinks the ocean to make the fish cry, so he can finally hear their voices and teach them to sing. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, but it's the good kind of dumb. Opera is kind of like that all over. Like Nibelungen or whatever that one is that they made that wild game about. Ah, the A to Z rats. Well, hello, Cartoon Therapy. Welcome, welcome. It is good to see you. My name is Mr. Aegis, and I am a teacher. Of course, I'm not just a teacher in these streams. I am a teacher. The person behind this wonderful avatar. I am a teacher. I teach health and wellness. So I decided to start streaming because one day I was in the hospital and I nearly died of a terrible brain problem in real life. So mostly my lore is who I really am. I'm just a person who wants to share some health and wellness and some edutainment. I am a badger, as you see. This is our classroom. During our streams, we talk about games as art. We talk a little bit about social relationships, being better people. We talk about what we can learn from games. There is a little bit of something odd or strange about me, I guess. I did find this sort of strange mask some time ago. Well, hello, Cartoon Therapy. Welcome to the class. Thank you for enrolling. It is good to see you as part of the class now. I'm glad that you have decided to join us. Bit Shepherd is running in terror, but I think that deserves some gold stars. Gold stars for all of my class. You all deserve them. We've had such a great time playing Night in the Woods. And you'll submit your homework while you're at it, Null Girl? Well, that's wonderful. It is good that you remembered. Thank you for being the student who remembers the homework and reminds the teacher that there was homework to turn in. I should show everyone our mask. It has been some time since we are talking about art and all of that. Let me just find this. Just find the skull here. One time when I was out in the woods myself, on a night in the woods, back in the woods behind my old house. Yes, you can certainly be excused. You've seen the mask before, Bit. You've seen it. But I found this wild mask, and sometimes I put it on, and it just makes me feel different. It's fun to play dress up, I suppose. Here it is. Yeah. That's better. Can you hear me, class? There we go. That's better. You may be excused as well, Mousy Prince. I just wanted to show our newest student my mask. How do you like it? I found this mask in the woods behind my house. You see, I couldn't get this place out of my mind. It was a place near my home. It felt like it was always autumn. The trees were always on fire with orange leaves. And when I became an adult, I just kept hearing the call to return. And when I did, buried in the leaves, calling to me, was this mask. And when I put it on, I feel different. Like I'm so much more connected to the cycle of life and death. It makes me see between the veil, the tender, fragile strings between us and the divine. And I needed to share that with my class. That no matter what happens, we'll all return here again someday. Nothing truly ends, and there is no beginning. And one day we will all be one again. And this mask, this skull, it reminds me that what once was is no more, but shall be again. I'm sorry. I should take this off. Sometimes I get a little. One moment. Sorry. I get a little carried away sometimes. I'm sorry. Where was I? Oh, Cartoon Therapy. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for joining the honor roll. Welcome. An exclusive club, our honor roll. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you enjoyed your time so far in my little classroom. These are your wonderful classmates. I'm sure you will find you have a lot in common with them. And I hope that you will enjoy our class and you will get a lot out of the things I like to teach. Coming up soon, over the next month, I will be engaging in some self-care, educational portions in between the games that we play. I'm currently wrapping up Night in the Woods here. We're in the middle of Elden Ring, my first time playing. I prefer to play games for the first time in the streams because I know when I was laid up in the hospital, I loved watching people play games that I loved. I wasn't able to play games for a while. So I liked watching streamers who were playing my favorite games, like Hollow Knight, and getting to experience it for the first time through their eyes. So by all means, if you have a game that I would like to play, let me know. You can send me a message on Twitter or in the Discord. As BitShepherd has noted, the Discord link is in the info. Oh, you're a social worker and you're a streamer yourself. I'm so happy and so pleased to hear that. There's such important jobs, social workers. And the things that I'm talking about, yes, vicarious experiences, self-care. I'm going to do a segment in a future stream on sleep health. And we're going to go over some breathing practices in a future stream, some guided visualizations and meditation. Mostly I'll be drawing on CBT, but in sort of an informal way for people to easily pick it up. I'd like to also do a stream where I, in between games, talk about how unhealthy social media can be and ways that you can limit that toxic exposure and the negative feedback loop that it provides. And at some point, you may see there is a community channel points goal. I do have some experience, a little bit, and I'm still learning the use of hypnotherapy for wellness. And I know there is some controversy over its use, but at the university I went to, there has been some excellent research on how it can be used to improve issues with anxiety and confidence and those kinds of things. The physiological, the emotional benefit that it can provide. And I would like to do a hypnotherapy stream at some point in the future. Yes. Oh, also another major part of our streams is visiting with our class pets, our class ferrets, Moki and Ori. You can see some highlights of that in the stream and in the VODs that I have on YouTube. I have a little camera set up in my ferret's room, and we, in between games, go down there and I visit and give them treats and pet them for the class. Oh, but yes, I'm rambling on. Let's continue on with May Borowski and her friends looking at the constellations. Oh, Cartoon Therapy. I have actually only been streaming for about 2.5 months now. Mid-August to today. Yeah, so Wait a minute, is that 3 months? Time has been flying by. I'm still in university myself and doing student teaching. I'm getting another degree. So there's a lot going on, and I'm always so frazzled and busy sometimes. Always and sometimes? That doesn't make sense. But yes, just a couple months now. I was very fortunate that I had a lot of time to plan and prepare and get the overlays and assets that you see here set up. I had some good friends to help me get things tweaked and ready. And they certainly helped me get a good start. A very solid foundation of classmates here, a little learning community, getting to affiliate and all of that, setting up all my channel points things. Oh, you're in university as well. And you recently started around the same time. Well, here we are together. We've found each other. Absolutely, you can link an article's bit. Please do. Let me give a shout out here to by all means, class, can go ahead and follow our newest classmate. Oh, Bit Shepherd, yes, the statue honoring laboratory mice. Oh, yes, that is wonderful. It is such a cute statue, but also rather poignant. All of the mice that have been a part of providing us with science and technology and medicine. Where would we be without them? And that's a good reminder that I believe it was yesterday was actually Laika Day. Laika the space dog. The little rat knitting a DNA strand. Oh, yes. Laika the space dog. I believe it was the anniversary of Laika going into space for all of us, along with so many other dogs that helped us progress into space. Absolutely. The Mice Writers, inventors of written language. Weren't there supposed to be thousands of them? Listen, there's only so much sky. The Mice Writers are my sign. I think that means you're thousands of geniuses. Well, Greg is a genius in their own way. Here we go. I'll get it eventually. Well, which one does this go to? Am I just baby-brained today? Am I baby-brained? I guess we'll just do the snake. The broken snake, the first thing that talked. The story has always made me so annoyed. I was totally the kid in Sunday school who pitched a fit over this story. Oh my God, I remember that. You got sent out to adult church to sit with your parents. Ooh, I've had that experience. Ooh. Hello, Skitch the Wolf. Hello, welcome, welcome. It is good to see you. I hope your Minecraft stream earlier today was excellent. Cartoon therapy, yes. What they say, a broken snake is right twice a day. I think that's how it goes. Well, you're welcome, Skitch. You're welcome. I certainly can relate to what Beatrice is saying here. No punch and cookies for me. Wow, I certainly missed out on all of that. Oh, dude, you didn't even. Okay, and I must be baby-brained because I cannot figure out where this one is supposed to go, connect to. Oh, there we go. How did I miss that? Corvin, the thief, stole the diamond from the crown of Rubello, the fire-breathing pope. Got arrowed to death like 20 feet from the palace. So he didn't get to be a constellation for being a great thief then. He did not. Screw the man. Steal their diamonds. Heck yeah. Ah yes, the revolutionary zeal of kids from the suburbs. Possum Springs isn't the suburbs. Yeah, you need to have a city to have suburbs. We're in the dead center of nowhere. It's like a 40-minute drive if you even want to buy shoes. Also, I'm 21. I'm not a kid. I think you're younger than me. I'm 21 too. We both have full-time jobs. Well, as close to full-time as they can get. Well, they don't really work all that much, actually. Before they have to start giving us health insurance. Oh yeah, keeping them at like 35 hours or whatever it is, so they can't qualify for full-time health insurance. Arg. It's true, Null Girl. You can't have the suburbs without the herbs. It's like I was saying just a bit earlier about the burbs. I'll be like 20 in 4 months. Oh, May, you're so small. 11 herbs and spices. Excellent. We love puns here. We love puns. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Beatrice. Oh, is this the fire-breathing Pope? It is indeed the fire-breathing Pope. Rubello, Pope sometimes in the 1400s. Wild times. Oh god, I love this one. There were 2 rival popes, and Rubello won by opening his mouth and consuming them with fire. And then he ate them. What? Bah! Is that supposed to be like a Hank Hill? Blah! Based on a true story? That is amazing. I mean, historically, his extended family poisoned one and stabbed the other before throwing him into a canal. But he did eat them. He did eat them, yes. Well, these are all animal popes. We have a bear person and a fox person and an alligator person and a cat person. And as we've mentioned before, it is a little bit of an ethical quandary because there are like, rats and actual cats and actual deer, but also deer people and deer people who go hunting. I'm not sure how I reconcile that in my mind. That is the raddest thing I have ever heard. Chomp chomp. Whoops, I ate you now. I'm the Pope. You're an alligator, Beatrice. This one looks angelic. It's an angelic alligator. Harmonium, the head of the singing orders of angels. Ugh, this one. My mom always said I looked like this one. Well, you kinda do, Beatrice. You kinda do. I can see it. I sure can't. Leading so many cranky angels. Grouching hard. Across the sky. Okay. Moving on. Oh, this is the whale. Mundi, the world fish, as in Mundus. Back then they thought whales were fish. And you know that the world was on one. Mundi is my sign, because the world rests on May Borowski's shoulders. Oh God, of course it is. Hey, what does that mean? Well, if any of this meant anything, then it might mean something, but it doesn't, so it doesn't. Right, Noel Girl, back when they thought fish was a category. Isn't it fish that you can basically categorize as almost anything in the water? I'm struggling to remember. What is with all the wums? What are you doing? Whale noises. Oh, a bell. It's the bell with an eye. Tollmetron, as in Metatron. It rings at the end of the world, and Mundi shakes everything off her back. And I think it all catches fire, too. It all made sense back then. Back when people were like wicked dumb. Yeah, I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but people were super dumb back then. It's all relative. And people are dumb. Beautiful, dumb people. Yes indeed, Noel Girl, fish as a category scientifically only makes sense if most land animals are also fish. I thought it might have been something like that. Like reptiles only work categorically if birds are reptiles. Behold, a man. A bipedal chicken. It's the base. It's a fish. A fishy fish. Un pescado. Me gusta el pescado frito. Me gusta un plato de pescado frito. El pescado es muy fresco. I'm trying my best. A fish. And? Just a fish. Pretty self-explanatory. Huh. Fun fact. Fish is my sign. I think that means you're adaptable and smelly. Got one of those right, huh, Captain? Got a manly musk going on here. You are a bear, after all. You smell like that stuff I got you, finally. Ice hawk. It has a picture of an ice hawk on it. I smell quite masculine. Like an ice hawk. I think you smell nice, Angus. Thanks. What's an ice hawk? Of course, May does not know. I would like to see an ice hawk. That sounds cool. There we go. Ah. Oh, there's one more. A flute-playing bird. Inverness, the inventor of music. Nice beak. Reminds me of Germ. Germa, our little crow friend. German isn't even musical, like at all. Germ? Like germ? Weird germ? Yes? How do you know? I think May's getting sleepy. But don't worry, May. We're almost done. See, now this is just a triangle. How did they come up with a constellation of this triangle? Quinona, executed by some king somewhere. Her head continued to speak against her murderers for years. That's pretty sweet. Ugh, you'd think, right? But in the story, she's portrayed as annoying, like she was being a martyr. About literally being martyred. They eventually put her head in a trunk and threw it in a river. What did she do? Talked, out loud, in public. Oh, is that all? That was enough, apparently. Supposedly, if you put your head underwater in some river in Italy, she'll tell you about her murder. They renamed it the River of Guilt. But not like the guilt of her murderers. More like she's giving you a guilt trip or something stupid. This constellation is garbage. Chop my head off, I'll bite yours off. Happy longest night, everyone. Moving on. Ah, yes, Bill Cipher, the horrible triangle. Remember when we found that island of garbage? Ah, yes, our last constellation. Lucio. Isn't that a character in some popular game right now? I don't play a lot of the competitive games. Isn't Lucio a character? In Overwatch. There we go, yes. Overwatch Lucio. Oh, not popular anymore, bit? Is it because Overwatch 2 was not as good as people anticipated? I never really got into the shooter sort of competitive scene. My reflexes are just not good enough, and they didn't get any better with my brain injury. Oh, you don't understand Blizzard Entertainment? They seem to have a lot of internal problems as well. Yeah. Who? Lucio, the fox. Well, Cochrane Therapy, that is very nice of you to say, and it's pretty much exactly what I was hoping to do. There aren't a whole lot of streamers that I watch, but the ones that I enjoy most are those who have a welcoming, comforting, calm atmosphere. When I come home from a long day of work or studying, it's nice to have a small little community to be a part of, with people you get to actually talk to and engage with. And I promise I will continue to do my best to grow into that role. Typically, I stream twice a week. I'm looking to expand to 3. I was streaming Tuesdays, but I have a volunteer thing once a week now on Tuesdays. It will probably be Wednesdays and Saturdays for my main streams. And I might do a Monday stream as well, if I am able to get the time. Because I like to do at least one stream on a weekend and at least one stream on a weekday. And if I can swing it, one additional stream. Especially if I can do 2 streams during the evening and 1 during more of a day period. So I have some friends in Europe in different time zones. My friend from Finland, some folks in England. So an earlier stream during the day might work better for them. I could probably stream 24/7 if I had the motivation and the support to do so. Don't tell anyone yet, but I am trying to talk to some professors I know about the idea of edutainment streaming as an augment and an alternative for a learning environment. I do some educational projects for people with disabilities, and I think this is an avenue, a medium that might be very effective for that. I'm actually, one of the reasons I'm in university now is to get my certification for teaching adapted education, working with individuals with special needs. But I think this is an avenue where it can be inclusive for all groups. I think people of all ages and of all ability levels can benefit from this kind of calm and enjoyable atmosphere. Well, that really does make me feel good. Thank you so much for saying so, Cartoon Therapy. I will continue to work with it. I'll continue to work on my aesthetic as well here and my technological capability for streaming. You might notice my aesthetic here is sort of a Windows 95, Windows 98 sort of retro computing. That's something that I'm maybe not nostalgic for because it was a little before my time, but something that I think a lot of people have a nostalgia for even if they didn't experience it themselves directly. Oh yes, Lucio, they had to spear him to the ground to keep him down. Wait, to keep him down? How so? You know, in general. You can see why this one is so popular. And we've done it. We have completed the constellations, all 13 of them. Yay, thanks Angus. That was pretty great. You're a big ol' nerd, Captain. Yes, indeed. Oh, you like the retro look? Yeah, the computers in the computer lab in school, like in mine, where everything was blocked off with a password, but the computer lab teacher, before they really knew much, had a little post-it note with the password, so we could always break through and go to the sites we weren't supposed to. What did you notice, Aurora? That is correct, Aurora. I do not have a hydrate redeem. I have so many other ones that I set up, but I did not get a hydrate one. I should put something like that in there so that you can remind me to hydrate. My drink tonight is actually Mountain Dew. I'm a little bit hypocritical tonight when I advocate for drinking lots of water. I just needed the caffeine this evening. Yes, Aura Stretch Redeem, yes. Oh, you used to hang out on Newgrounds? Absolutely. Playing games and watching Flash animations. The good old days. I think I will put in a stretch and hydrate redeem before our next stream. Something positive that you all can do for me instead of just hitting me with spitballs and paper planes and all of that. And I do want to remind everyone, I know that I've been saying it for some time, but the model artist... Ow! Oh, I didn't need that one. I've already eaten. Although it was pizza. No, you're absolutely right. I do need to have some more positive redeems. I think I've given you all a little too much leeway in punishing me with all of my negative ones. Hee. But yes, I talked to the artist last week. They did say they were going to send me the files the next day, and I haven't heard from them since, but I'm just going to assume that they've been busy. My model 2.0 should be done so that I can swap between the two models. I will make that a channel point redeem as well. Well, good night, Aurora. It was great seeing you again. Get some good rest. I will see you next time. I know it must be late where you are. And one last spitball in my face from you. Yes. Along with the gold stars. Thank you. Ouch, just pelting me with all of them. Oh yes, going over how B and May had that fight. Oh yeah, so this is all sort of a prequel section. Oh yes, that was one of the first things I thought of to do when I saw that there was the throwing system app mod. The spitballs and the homework redeem, paper planes. The paper plane is actually a secret little command in the chat. I don't know if anyone knows it yet. But the apple I do have a few sound alerts. Oh, you've seen a drop of... Whoa! Heads up. We have a desk flip. We have a desk flip. Be careful. Be careful with that. Flipping a desk is always fun. Oh, see, Angus just recommended a leg stretch. Well, that was an annoying sound from May Borowski. Well, we have finished Night in the Woods class. I think it took us 7 sessions. But what an amazing game. What an amazing, melancholy but enlightening game that certainly made me feel a lot, and one that I will not forget for a long time. Oh yes, all of my Hollow Knight wallpapers in the background there. Well, I'm so glad that it led you to me as well. I'm certain that we will have a lot more fun together as time proceeds. As time marches on, and we have more opportunities. There are some other little games like that I really like. You might have heard of A Short Hike. That's a really good one. Trying to think of some others that are in that vein, but I like games like that. I like indie games that are more story-driven. But I do also like to have 2 types of games going at once. One sort of more action game, and one more of a story-driven game, so that we have some variety in our 2 to 3 streams per week. Spiritfarer and Gone Home. I have heard of Gone Home. Let me see here. I might have it in one of my... It's weird because you have to search now between my Steam and Epic Games and GOG and all of that. Oh yes, I did see some things about Gone Home. That does look good. I do have a list of all of the games I currently have posted in the Discord. I will retweet the the post that has them in there. I had them pinned for some reason. I unpinned them. But yeah, it's a big old graphic of all the games that I currently have across all of these different platforms that you have to manage nowadays. But yeah, I did a humble bundle thing that had a bunch of little indie games like A Short Hike, Alba, a wildlife adventure. What else have I not been able to play yet? It Takes Two. I would like to play It Takes Two. I think for one of the action games, I've been told that I should play Blasphemous 2. Oh, Gone Home was one of the first walking simulator genre. Oh. Some other ones in here. Witchy Life Story. Gosh, there are so many. There are so many good games out there and just so little time. Spirit of the North, I've heard I should play. Never Alone. Yes, indeed. I'm happy for the ability to experience stories in an interactive way. Absolutely. Tunch. I think I got this game for free. Tunch, a being of great power, has gone mad, and now evil creatures are taking over the jungle. Help Rumi and her friends uncover the truth behind Tunch's actions and restore peace in the Amazon in this charming roguelike action game. That's some very cute animation. You know, I have not played Ace Attorney. All I have really seen is memes about it. So it does certainly qualify under my first-time playthroughs. Ace Attorney. I think that would be good too. That's a good call, Noel Girl. It does look a bit like Dust. What's your favorite series of all time? Well, then I should definitely play that. I will have to look into getting one of those games. It is a series of games, right? Let's... Oh yes, we can certainly make this work. I think I would enjoy that. That can definitely be our sort of story-driven, more slower paced game. And we're working our way through Elden Ring, so I'll have to find an action based game to take that place. Oh, I do have this one, Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. I've actually never played Fortnite either. Yeah, you know, I'm a little bit, just at the moment, a bit lost in my mind having finished Night in the Woods. Oh my gosh, Noel Girl. I played so much Final Fantasy Tactics at my old job on my DS. It was like the perfect way to pass the time on a third shift job. I think I've heard the name Gloomhaven, but I don't think I know anything about the game. Because I do like sort of the tactics and turn-based games like that. and if people have suggestions for background songs to add to our list, certainly let me know about that. Right now it is mostly OC remixes of video game music and chiptune type things. Just going through the free games that are available on Amazon Games right now. Oh, I played a lot of Samurai Showdown in the arcades. Ooh, Metal Slug 3. Boy, that is a rough, tough game to play. What do I have on there? I think I'm having trouble thinking of any flaws in Night in the Woods. I think games should be rated based on how well they accomplish what they set out to accomplish. I think the way people rate games in many ways is sort of flawed, you know? You can't rate a game really in comparison to other games, especially games outside of the same genre. So I think Night in the Woods accomplishes 9 out of 10 of what it wanted to do. I think really the only comment I would make is the sort of ambiguity in terms of the supernatural aspects versus, whether it was a psychological issue or if it was a supernatural issue. Although I suppose leaving that open to interpretation is also sort of a literary choice they made. But with so much that they did in grounding it in the issues of the little town and growing up there and trauma that she experienced, it felt like it was more of a grounded in reality issue. But it just accomplished so much of what it set out to do, and so much more than I expected. Oh, I've also never played this Sam and Max game. This one is one that also looked interesting to me, Spirit of the North. Inspired by the breathtaking and mysterious landscapes of Iceland, the story takes root from various pieces of Nordic folklore. Play as an ordinary red fox whose story becomes entwined with the guardian of the Northern Lights, a magical spirit fox. As you journey over mountains and under red-stained skies, you'll discover more about your companion and the land left in ruin. That might be something I start playing a little bit on my own to see if it's suitable. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the gold stars, Skitch the Wolf. Thank you for that redeem. That is the first one, I think. Thank you so much. Wonderful stuff. I'm so thrilled with how things have gone tonight and how people have enjoyed what we've been doing, and I hope that we continue to build our little learning community here. I also am reminded that I need to get that little box of noodles in the ferret's room so they can play in the little macaroni like I know that people have seen in the YouTube shorts. But yes, I'm just rambling because I am, like I said, a little bit reeling from the emotional experience of Night in the Woods. Let's go back to our first scene here. There we go. Let me bring myself up. There we go. And I am still looking for your icon suggestions for our little Windows desktop here. Let me know of any classic or retro programs or games that you think we should put an icon for here. And yes, I will be putting Minesweeper back up there as well. So far we've got AOL, Solitaire, Instant Messenger, Kazaa, Winamp. BitShepherd says you're a little too old of a nerd. You used Hyperterminal to play MUDs. I know we can do an IRC icon. Oh yeah. Oh, whoop, it doesn't have the, it's not showing it. Let me bring it up. Yeah, there we go. We could do something like that. I'll add that to the background. I used to get my music from Audio Galaxy. Not Kazaa, but, you know, any of them. LimeWire, Audio Galaxy, Kazaa. Oh, you still play MUDs, Noel Girl. Well, somebody has to keep playing them, huh? But yes, I just love this aesthetic. I'm glad that other people enjoy it too. Mostly RP-centric ones. Yeah. Yeah, that was back when I spent a lot of time in chat rooms. It was mostly long-form roleplay. All right, well, I think it is just about time for me to get to my closing message for the evening. So, you'll remember that at the beginning we talked about taking care of your ears. We talked about taking care of your audio health, making sure that you keep your volume at a reasonable level. So make sure that you're doing that. And I guess the closing message that I want to leave you with today, I'm not going to go through my whole spiel that I like to do at the end of streams, and I haven't for a while. Maybe soon, maybe for the new model reveal. But I suppose, as I've always said, the most important thing in life is your relationships with others. Everything else does take a distant second. So the time that we spent here today was time that will always be a part of our lives, whether we remember it or not, even if we forget in a month from now. It was time that we could have spent doing something else, and it might have been spending time doing something that wasn't as enriching or rewarding. And the time that we spent together will have an impact on us, one way or another. In fact, everything that you say to someone, every interaction you have with someone, has an effect on them. Maybe neutral, maybe positive, maybe negative. Something negative that you say to someone might just happen at just the wrong time for them. Maybe they've had a long day, a rough day. Maybe it's been a long week or a rough week for them. And that negative thing you said just makes it worse. Maybe they don't feel up to asking that person out that they're interested in. Or maybe they don't have the motivation to study later that night. When you have a negative interaction with someone, it might lead to a lasting harm for them. And you certainly wouldn't want someone to do that to you when you're having a long day or a rough day, because sometimes that one little sneer or glance or insult or hurtful comment is something that will stick with you for a while. I know that I still remember moments where someone said just the wrong thing at just the wrong time. But I also remember the times when someone said just the right thing at just the right time. So it's good to be mindful of the fact that every interaction we have has the potential to really impact someone's life, for the better or for the worse. So just something to keep in mind. I won't go on for too long about it, but one day at the end of our streams, I'm going to give you a whole lesson on how you can have a positive impact on people. But for now, in this moment, that's all I have for you. Your homework is to think about or say something nice to someone until our next stream. And when we come back, just let us know how that made you feel and how you think it might have impacted the person you were talking to. Now, I don't have anyone currently streaming that I can send you to that I know. So, we will not be doing a raid, at least of someone that I know. I'll just send you to the first channel that comes up that seems like someone interesting. And remember, this is a field trip. Be on your best behavior. And with that said, class, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing this time with me. You could have spent it any other way, but you chose to spend it with me, and that means a lot. So until next time, class dismissed.